Welcome, nerds, to the Clips channel. What you are about to watch is the TV news that happened this past week since the last time you were here. There is a larger video that this is a part of called The Week in Nerddom. You can go check that out over on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, and you get into all of the topics in that one video, so comic books and music and movies, etc., etc. Or you can just keep coming back here for these shorter versions, which come out a little bit later, so the stuff over on the main channel is going to be a little more up-to-date, a little more relevant, if you will. But either way, you're getting news, and that's the point, and this is the TV news, not like, I'm Tom Brokaw, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Not that kind of news. We're talking TV news like TV shows and that kind of stuff. So, without any further ado, let's hit the news.
Now we move into TV news. In TV news, this is going to be an interesting situation just because I lost my setup when I accidentally closed the program. Well, let's start here. Oh my goodness, this one's going to be crazy. We might actually spend a little bit too much time on this. If I can find it fast, that would be ideal. This one. Yay! All right, so we have John Redcorn, the voice actor of John Redcorn, has died at the age of 59. He was shot by a neighbor. So this one is... I wish I had got one of the actual articles. And there's actually been some developments since I grabbed this little blurb off of X. But the actor who played John Redcorn, his name... He also voiced... I think that was it. Anyway, continuing. So there was a fan account of being at the King of the Hill reunion show at Paramount in Austin. For the most part, according to this fan account, it was a great time, super fun seeing the cast live, lots of laughs, and a packed crowd of fans. There was one moment that threw the whole thing off. Partway through the show, Jonathan Joss, voice of John Redcorn, unexpectedly showed up and kind of hijacked the event. Started calling out the cast and saying things like, "They won't give me a mic to speak on my own show." It was awkward and honestly pretty uncomfortable. You could tell the cast and the MC were totally caught off guard and the energy in the room shifted fast. To be fair, this wasn't totally out of nowhere. He posted on Facebook a month ago saying he'd be outside the show polishing shoes for $5. It sounded a little unhinged, but it turns out he's been going through a really rough time. He apparently lost his house and a dog. Oh, that was a year ago. I totally misread this when I was pulling it for the show, but and has been homeless ever since. Still crashing the reunion show, felt like off. Didn't seem planned or coordinated, but he invented whatever, blah, blah, blah. So his husband has recently taken to social medias to make an announcement here as well, in the vein of they were going, had one of the comments, I think it might even be one of the ones that I grabbed, is how does he have a neighbor? If he lost his house in a fire, how did he have a neighbor still? Maybe the shelter or a former neighbor. So yeah, so that was kind of the big thing, is he and his husband were going to the address of the house that burned down in order to get their mail from that address. Even though there's not a house there, there's still getting mail at that location. Presumably there's a mailbox or something. And while they were there, they were assaulted, and during the course of that assault, Jonathan was shot. Pretty nuts. That's really all I know at the moment. So it's kind of a sad day in a lot of ways, but man, that's just rough. First we lose a Dale Gribble's voice actor. Now, yeah, whatever. Now we lose the voice actor for John Redcorn. Yeah, it's... And also, I guess we got a little bit of an update. I don't know if I haven't been able to verify this, but the actor who voices Cotton will now be voicing Dale. So there's at least a little bit of an update. That's not a total bummer. But yeah, there's the John Redcorn bit. Next up is Doctor Who. So, oh, did that work? Oh, it totally worked. Awesome. All right, so we have Rose. We have Billie Piper being the face of Doctor Who at the end of Season 2 for the Disney-run seasons. So to start things off, first and foremost, usually when the Doctor regenerates, they tell you who the next Doctor is going to be. That did not happen this time. Also, something that seems to be quite amiss with this is the Doctor doesn't know the face that they acquire, because the Doctor has no gender, I'm pretty sure is how that plays out. So the Doctor doesn't know the face that they are going to acquire for their next iteration, and yet somehow regenerates as a former companion. Like, that seems very much out of line. So there is much speculation that this is just a ploy in order to get the show back in the conversation so that people will be talking about it, which is working. But like, it's a last ditch effort in order to get a third season greenlit by Disney. There are a lot of rumors going on with this. We're going to touch on those in the rumor mill, but right now this is kind of the big shocker as far as the Doctor Who stuff is concerned. So that's intense, but not entirely unexpected. I got that one out of order. That goes there. All right. So next up, we're going to be moving into some video things for the TV section. First up, we have Gen V Season 2 trailer. I have actually watched this one, so we'll probably be talking over it, but this looks pretty
Thanks for
nuts.
letting me re-enroll. I'm grateful.
You're an eye twitch away from leaping across this table and ripping my throat out with your teeth. I get why you're upset after what happened.
Stay behind me.
Hey, you guys.
Right there. That's the big one right there, right? Oh, this is going to be intense. So we now have, there it is. I'm not going to play the whole thing just because there is the off chance that we will get dinged. We're very likely going to get dinged by YouTube anyway, but new season starts September 17th. We're finally rolling into a new season. There's going to be a lot honoring the past cast member. I can't honestly think of his name right now. I didn't put it in the notes because as good a notes as I normally take, I take even worse notes when we're in a situation like this. But man, there is definitely some stuff going on here. This is intense. I think this is going to continue to outshine the parent show of The Boys. I think this is just going to prove to be just the best thing in this universe. I dug season 1. I'm really going to dig season 2, I bet. So that's where we're at with that. Next up is another video. Go to the notes and double check which one we're playing next. Oh, Squid Game. We have a Squid Game Season 3. I haven't watched this one yet. The game will begin momentarily. Hopefully, they finally do the thing. Why did you keep me alive? Oh, they're jumping rope.
이제 그만해주세요.
그럼 뭐 어떡하겠다는 건데? 여기 앉아서 죽겠다는 거야? 나가자 우리 사이야.
All right, so it looks like there's actually going to be resolution this time for Squid Game Season 3. Let's hit up the June 27th. That was the big thing here. All right. So from Squid Game, we go to... Are we doing the right thing? Yeah, okay. From Squid Game, we go to... Was it Wednesday? Goodness. Yeah, Wednesday is next.
It's been an eventful summer.
First 6 minutes of Season 1, or Season 2 rather, apparently.
I'm tied up in a serial killer's basement. He said nightmares don't come true.
Bright copper kettles, warm woolen mittens,
He's under the delusion that I'm his next victim.
brown paper packages tied up with strings.
I'll let him cherish that notion while I explain my predicament.
Her delivery is really solid. Like, I think she's getting better as this character.
I spent my vacation mastering my psychic ability. All the answers were in Goody's book of spells. With my ability now under control, I set my sights on an obsession I've had since I was 6 years old.
You're gonna have to watch it to get the whole thing, because we're not gonna just do the goes through.
America's most elusive serial killer. To psychically locate him.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. So she's going to find the serial killer.
I need a wand on this one.
Arms.
Which part of prohibited items don't you understand, young lady?
The part where you believe that cramming hundreds of people into a metal tube flying through the air creates some sort of utopia where weapons aren't needed.
We get a bag check over here?
Yeah.
It's Thing!
I'm headed to the Junior Embalmers Convention. I have no idea how that ended up in there.
This is over 3.4 ounces, which means it's a big no-no.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't waste our time.
Oh, that's glorious.
Sun cream? Seriously?
All of the things. And then she finds the killer, and then now she's in his basement, and she's gonna kill him because she's just a badass like that. Okay, so a release date on this one too, I believe. August 6th will be part 1. September 3rd will be part 2 for season 2 of Wednesday. And then we have Stranger Things. This one we probably will watch the whole thing for, just because I haven't watched this yet. It's gonna be great. It's a long time that we're waiting for it. I've been told there's not much new footage here, so that kind of sucks. Just Will screaming, apparently.
All of this started.
Everything changed. We failed, but we need to be ready.
Volume 1 is November 26th. Volume 2 is Christmas, and then the finale is New Year's Eve. And they're all gonna be longer episodes, so it's going to be one hell of a December. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So there is a lot to unpack there, but we're not going to necessarily unpack that here. But we got those dates. That's what we're talking about. Let's move into... we have an article for some regular-ass news in the TV streaming section. Let's go pull that up real quick. Right there. So we got a word from Disney. Let's make sure we're on the proper screen here. We got word from Disney that streaming is dead, apparently, according to Tony Gilroy. So Tony Gilroy drops bomb while reflecting on the time that he worked with Disney on Andor. The creator reveals Star Wars series cost a whopping $650 million for 2 seasons. Yet by season 2, Disney told him, quote, streaming is dead, unquote, and there is no money. Despite the massive budget, Gilroy says the shows were made without interference, but the reality behind the scenes shows just how broke Disney Plus really is, and which we know also includes Marvel. Gilroy didn't hold back while speaking about the making of Andor. He exposed just how much Disney spent and how quickly things changed behind the scenes via IndieWire. Quote, I mean, for Disney, this is $650 million, he said, for 24 episodes. I never took a note. He said, F the Empire in the first season. And they said, can you please not do that? In season 2, they said, streaming is dead. We don't have money. We don't have the money we had before. So we fought hard about the money, but they never cleaned anything up. That freedom comes with responsibilities. Gilroy's comments line up with the recent reports about Disney slashing budgets across the board. Disney CEO Bob Iger has confirmed streaming lost the company $4 billion. Iger also said Disney would be pulling back on both Star Wars and Marvel. The nail in the coffin for Star Wars on Disney Plus was The Acolyte. It reportedly cost north of $200 million, which didn't support the low number of fans that tuned in. The Acolyte was quickly canceled. However, in its effects were felt by Skeleton Crew, which didn't make the Nielsen charts. First for a Star Wars show at Disney Plus, a result of the failure of The Acolyte, reports surfaced that Disney would only be releasing one Star Wars show per year. Disney Plus only has Ahsoka Season 2 currently in the works. It's the same story from Marvel on Disney Plus. Kevin Feige's post-Endgame agenda has been a complete failure, following wasting billions of dollars on shows nobody watched, like The Marvels, She-Hulk, and Secret Invasions. Fans tuned out and didn't tune in for Daredevil Born Again, which is the first MCU show on Disney Plus not to make the Nielsen sound charts. Up next from Marvel on Disney Plus is Ironheart and Wonder Man, 2 more shows that look to be big busts. While Daredevil Born Again was said to be retooled, they didn't go far enough. Season 2 is looking like more of the same. Per Gilroy's comments, as part of Iger's pullback, the budgets have been slashed, which is evident from the Marvel shows that failed, such as Echo, Agatha, and Daredevil. Gilroy had a lot of pull thanks to who he is and the fact that he saved Rogue One. How the cuts impact Ahsoka Season 2 remains to be seen. If it's anything like how they have affected Marvel, Ahsoka could be in trouble. It's already been rumored that Season 2 will be the last and that Ahsoka will get canceled. So, yeah, Disney even says that streaming is dead. That is admitting defeat right there, ladies and gentlemen. I think that is the only piece we have for regular-ass news. Let's get into movies. Yeah, movies is next. Let's go.
Thank you very much, nerds, for tuning in. If you want to level up your nerdy, geeky, pop culture knowledge, then don't forget to subscribe and do all of the things. Go check out the main channel, Generally Nerdy, for the larger portion. Again, you get all of the sections into one convenient video over on Generally Nerdy. The name of the show is The Week in Nerddom. Thank you for checking out this clip. We will see you next time. Before we go, though, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.